Well, well, well. Ascended Heroes. What a set it's turning out to be, everyone. It's just going crazy. It's going bonkers. And remember what I said about this set's ETBs? I said that the 2 to 3 week window of the dip after release is your best chance to get in early for these products. And now this was all based on data for previous Scarlet and Violet sets like Prismatic or Destined, not just on a whim. It was all historical data and analysis of how consumers react when these new products for hype sets come out. Now I'll leave a card here on the top right of the video if you wanted to take a look at my deep data analysis. I think it's worth looking at, so you guys should check it out. And before we get into the video, please hit that like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below whether, this is a spicy one actually, leave a comment down below whether you think the Pocket Forest Pikachu from Ascended Heroes could possibly overtake the Mega Gengar in the long run. Hot take, right? Now, if you don't want to comment anything on that, then just please comment Surfer, because now that is an SIR, peak SIR. I'm memeing here a bit, but I low-key love the artwork on the card. I saw the texture too, but it's super nice in real life. But yeah, comment Surfer down below. Let me farm that engagement, guys. But yeah, going back to the ETBs, let's talk about the regular ETBs a little bit here. The regular ETBs are just about to touch $140 market price. This is TCG Player here. And I don't know if you guys have taken a look, but have you looked at the ETB sealed case prices? The market is $1,560 on TCG Player, with currently the next listing at this point in time at least is at $1,630. That's a 23% price hike in just 1 month for the regular ETBs. And yeah, the consumer demand is real for this set. You know, it's insane. I personally bought 3 cases early on around $12.50 average cost. And I have 2 more coming in my way at $1,400. I do admit I FOMO'd a bit with that one, with the 3 coming in at $1,400. It's a little high for my taste, but you know, I actually figured it'd be best to hold some more before even more crazy shit starts happening with this set. Honestly, this Ascended Hero set is just defying all odds. It's breaking all the historical data analysis, charts, anything that I do. It's just a whole new beast in itself. So yeah, I kind of FOMO'd there, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. In my previous video on Ascended Heroes, well, actually one of my previous videos, because I put a lot of videos out about this set, just search it and you'll find it. You know, in one of these videos I said I made a play for these PC ETBs at $260 per cost basis. And this was all based on data, by the way, based on historical trends of previous PC ETB releases. And, you know, yeah, these ended up rising to $300 really fast. And look at where we are now. $430 market price for the PC ETB here. Nice little acrylic too. $430 market price. That's just insane. That is actually a 65% leg up for my position in just a couple of months. And this is my position based on the $260 average cost basis for the 10 you see here. It's honestly bewildering to me that these got to where they are at such a rapid pace. But I guess the demand is just there. I don't know if it's demand or FOMO or just everybody just speculating on this new set. I don't know what it is, but to me, there is definitely real demand for this set. I take a look at some rip and shippers, and Ascended Heroes just getting ripped so much. And everyone also knows how PC ETBs can perform, which really added to how well these are performing. If you look at PC ETBs for sets like Prismatic, I think that one's at like 550. It probably even moved up even more now. I don't even know. Even for like mainline sets like Destin Rivals or Obsidian Flames as well, the PC ETBs are super high. Destin is Destin, but Obsidian Flames, the PC stamp promo, is just making that product stand out so much, even more compared to the booster box, which historically no other product has overshadowed a booster box, at least in a mainline set. But Obsidian Flames, PC ETBs just seem a lot more attractive than just the regular booster box. And then you got like Paldean Fates and 151. Don't even get me started on the 151 PC ETBs. I know they were short printed, but goddamn, right? And as specialty sets become kind of the better sets, at least better sets in the main line, at least in terms of Scarlet and Violet, PC ETBs have naturally become the go-to product in the absence of booster boxes. And honestly, huge props to the Pokemon Company for specializing these PC ETBs more with the stamped promos. I think that's really helping these PC ETBs cement their place in the Hall of Greats in terms of products. And folks, remember, PC ETBs from the Sword and Shield era didn't have these PC stamp promos, just the regular promos. So, one simple change, and look at how the PC ETBs are doing now. But enough brown nosing the Pokemon Company. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It's a bit of a rant here. It is 1 a.m. in the morning, so bear with me. But yeah, masterful business tactics on their part. Okay, stopping the brown nosing. Today, I want to discuss what the near future holds for Ascended Heroes and my take on what you should do in this exact moment in time. Keyword here is this moment in time, not kind of what you should have done, because the past is the past, right? You gotta worry about what's happening in the future. That's the only thing you can control. Now, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of this set, but yeah, what I have done earlier in terms of investing into this set is so different than what you all should do going forward. To put it bluntly, I'm going to be blunt with y'all. Y'all have missed the early train already. It's gone. Sayonara. The train's more like a Japanese Shinkansen bullet train with the rate at which these Ascended products are skyrocketing. So yeah, honestly, you guys have missed that early train, but there are still plays to be made. So let me try to help you out in terms of what else you could do from this moment in time. Please, keyword, this moment in time, not, I don't know, not 2 months before, not 1 month before, not a couple of weeks before. So keep that in mind. With the regular ETBs, what I would suggest doing is split your entry points. Probably something along the lines of 30% deployment now and 70% for the restock. So let's say you had $1,000. I would actually use 300 of that to get into the ETBs now before they run up to $200, and leave the rest, the 70%, which is around $700, for any pending restocks, because I believe the restocks are coming. There's no way the Pokemon Company doesn't restock these regular ETBs for Ascended Heroes. But I think it's still okay to buy some at sub $200 for these ETBs because honestly, we all have price memory, right? And just ETBs at $140 right now for such a new set seems a little more unreasonable, but the market has changed. The demand is just crazy for this set, so you also need to keep that in mind. So I still think it's okay to buy some at sub 200, just based on how much demand there is for this set. But as we get closer to that point of $200, the ETBs become less and less of a buy. So keep that in mind. So as the price keeps creeping up, honestly, I don't see a world where these suddenly drop 10%. It's just, people just want this. And yeah, so, and then going back to the restocks here a bit, restocks will happen, reprints will happen, but maybe not at the rate we had seen for prismatic evolutions, at least not this year. I think a lot of people are overlooking the fact that the Pokemon Company is putting a lot of their efforts into the 30th anniversary, which is coming up later this year. It's only in like 6 months or so, because I think it comes out September, October-ish. So yeah, and remember how hard they went with celebrations. A lot of 30th anniversary stuff is going to be printed. A lot of marketing is going to be done. More people are going to come in with celebrations. Sorry, not celebrations, the 30th anniversary. And yeah, so with the focus on the 30th anniversary, I don't even think the Pokemon Company has room to mass produce Ascended Heroes like they did with Prismatic Evolutions. But, this is all speculative, so just keep that in mind. And another thing to consider, logistical changes that the Pokemon Company is making by releasing smaller mainline sets like Phantasmal Flames, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising. They are all much smaller sets, a lot smaller than we've seen so far for Scarlet and Violet, right? And, plus all this 30th anniversary activity in terms of printing and marketing and distributing product will definitely hinder the Pokemon Company from, mass producing Ascended Heroes this year, at least this year, in my opinion. And I could be wrong on this, but I'm trying to think from the perspective of the Pokemon Company, because it's clear that they have challenges that they're facing with logistical changes, the way they're releasing the Japanese set along with English for the 30th anniversary. These are huge changes that Pokemon Company, they're challenges that the Pokemon Company is also facing, and they're making changes that they haven't made before. So I think there's kind of room to not take advantage of all these challenges that the Pokemon Company is facing, but kind of use it to our favor a bit. So always important to think in terms of what Pokemon wants to do. And I think there is a world in which Pokemon Company puts out these smaller mainline sets that are really mid, like Perfect Order or Chaos Rising, so that they could get a little more breathing room to print Ascended Heroes, Destined Rivals, Phantasmal Flames, and so on. But, that's already 3 sets that have incurred huge price hikes. So I don't know if they have room to print to demand like they did with Prismatic. Even Prismatic, they quote-unquote printed to demand, but it was nowhere near enough to suppress the prices for long, right? But so in order to account for all these non-controllable variables, it's not really possible, but you need to be smart with your money and how you deploy it. So, going back to splitting your deployment for the regular ETBs, definitely 30% right now before they reach $200, so that at least you have some skin in the game, right? And then leave the rest for the restocks. Once a restock or reprint happens, how that prices can drop 20 to almost 30%. We saw that with Prismatic Evolution's regular ETBs recently. Pretty big restock. Prices were still relatively stable. I thought they were going to go down to like $155, but we'll see how they do. I think they're at like 160 now. Probably a little more. Let me look that up. Actually, no, I'm not going to look that up. But yeah, so it's good thing about Pokemon is once the dip comes, that's when you know to enter into the set, right? So don't be a Timmy. Whenever there's a reprint, go into it. But in order to have that money, don't enter all in right now is what I'm trying to say. I think sub 200 is still a good price for these, for this set's regular ETBs. But I think you need to have more saved up in your arsenal, kind of your bullet chamber, to be ready to deploy when the right time comes with any significant price dips. So that's what I would do for investing into the Ascended Heroes regular ETBs. Let's move on to the PC ETBs. I'm going to be very frank with you here. The ship has sailed a little bit on these PC ETBs. I would personally wait until something else happens. The price increase you could see if you buy now. What were they again? Like $500, something like that, right? $430. So the price increase you could see if you bought now at $430, $440-ish, as compared to when they might restock. I don't think it's worth it. Like, do you really see the $430 price enjoying a 50% return before the next reprint of the PC ETB specifically? I personally can't. You also you need to think about where you're putting your money into. Just because it's a good product from a good set doesn't mean it's a good buy at that point in time, right? There are other plays to be made. I think the ETBs still have a little more, regular ETBs still have a little more room to grow. There's other ancillary products that I'm going to talk about in just a second, so bear with me here, that are better plays. And also the Pokemon Company canceled a lot of the initial orders for these. I don't know why. Even the non-botters got their orders canceled. So I do think they will have a restock on these PC ETBs soon, as with what happened with Prismatic Evolutions. But, even if they don't, I don't think these are the play right now, PC ETBs. I understand, think about it this way. 151 with the 151 PC ETBs with the limited supply that they had from Pokemon Center, they're like $1,000-something right now, right? But do you really see these Ascended Heroes PC ETBs getting to that point when there's still over 2 years left in its print cycle? I don't think so. So yeah, the return, the rate of return is just not there for these anymore. Sorry to say. I'm just trying to help you guys make smarter decisions here. The ship has sailed on this one. Let's move on to some other opportunities, like the ancillary products. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the premium poster collection, especially the one with the Mega Lucario promo. I'm looking at the Mega Lucario EX, that Mega Attack Rare promo within this poster collection, and the market price is around $24. It actually reached like $28 and kind of settled down a little bit. So I think the Gardevoir is doing a lot poorer in terms of price. Lucario is a fan favorite. I think this is one of the better promos that we've had in any collection boxes. We've been getting like regular EXs or regular holos. This is a good one. And with the poster collection at around, I think $110-ish, $115, $120, I think those are still a good buy at this point with a lot of room to grow. Those come with 10 packs. So if you actually price them out, the the pack prices are actually a lot less than the single kind of booster packs. So keep that in mind. I think that's a good play there. Kind of similar to when the Great Tusk boxes released for Paldean Fates. But this one has a great promo. So I think that's a play to be made here. That's a smarter play with greater upside potential than these PC ETBs at least, and even better than the regular ETBs. So keep that in mind. Also noting that the premium poster collection boxes are actually a lot more compact than like the Great Tusk boxes or Blooming Waters boxes, collection boxes from 151. Those are like so clunky and just like really annoying to deal with. I actually sold off most of them just because they were taking up so much space. But these Ascended Heroes premium poster collections they're a lot more compact and a lot thinner too. So you could kind of solve the storage issue that way. So I mean, I think I'm going to pick up a few as well. I already have a couple. I think I'll pick up a few more. I think this Lucario promo is going to do well. Just also noting the Mega Attack Rares are doing amazing for this set, although it is way too early to tell how what the card values will do in the long run. So the other play that you should make here are definitely the booster bundles coming out soon, probably next week, just spread out through April and probably rolling into May as well. Booster bundles, they usually come out way before. They give you the best bang for your buck in terms of pack play for those ripping packs to get the actual cards. Booster bundles are normally the best play, right? Because you don't get all the unnecessary things like dice, unless if you actually do play the TCG. But we're looking here from an investing perspective. Yeah, booster bundles, they're supposed to help kind of get a lot of cards onto the market, get people ripping packs for reasonable prices. But this delay has caused prices to be so sticky for Ascended Heroes cards and other sealed products as well. But don't buy them at pre-order prices, because I think they're at like, let me see. Yeah, they're like $95 right now on TCG Player. I don't think that's worth it for a booster bundle yet. I do see them dropping to like at least $65, $70, the booster bundles. So please don't pre-order Ascended Heroes booster bundles at $95 or $100 even. Don't do it. They're going to come out. There's going to be quite a bit on the market. So, and also one thing to note, with any of these purchases, look to buy locally. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Mercari. It's just so much better to buy locally because people want to get rid of them cheaper, and a lot of sellers tend to kind of take out the premiums on, like, as if you sold on eBay or TCG Player, you're gonna get costs out, so they price that in, and you can do like cash transactions, which is a lot more beneficial for you. You're already starting off with like a 5%, 10% margin as compared to TCG Player prices or eBay prices if you buy locally. So keep that in mind. So yeah, in terms of ancillary products for Ascended Heroes, the definite plays to make are the premium poster collections, especially with the Lucario Mega Attack Rare promo and the booster bundles releasing this year. They will drop in price. Don't buy at these pre-order prices. Try to buy locally, stock up on them, maybe booster bundle cases once it's like a week or two after release, they're going to hit their bottoms. And I think that's your play there if you want to spend a little more money. I did want to touch briefly on slabs and singles for this set and what you need to do with those. My advice, don't fucking do it. Not yet. I understand they're new and shiny, and the Pikachu is amazing. I want that Pocket Forest Pikachu. I want the Mega Gengar. I want the Mega Dragonite. But patience is key here. With all these Ascended Heroes products, sealed products, getting these delayed releases and wave releases, it's really keeping prices sticky. But with the booster bundles coming out, which is the best sealed product for pure pack value, we're going to see a lot more cards out in the market, in the open market. So I really do think card prices are going to go down. If you look at Prismatic, after like 2 months after the set's release, those cards also started going up a bit. And then we got all these new products, more PSA grading happened, more cards came out onto the market. So right now is not the time, guys, to invest into any slabs or singles. If it's for your PC, like, all the power to you, but I'm telling you, after a year or so, we're gonna see cards at lower prices. This happens every set, yet people just still like FOMO in. I don't really understand. But yeah, for example, Prismatic Evolutions took almost a full year. In fact, 356 days exactly after release date for the set value, the total set value for the set, to reach its absolute bottom. And we're only 2 months in. Be smart here with these slabs and singles. I never, ever recommend slabs and singles until like at least 270, 300 days after the set's release. And probably with Ascended Heroes, it's going to be the lowest point, the bottom for the card prices will come much later, probably like after a year or so, because of all these delayed releases, to be honest. So those are all the suggestions that I had for investing into Ascended Heroes. I think let's just go over it briefly. ETBs, as long as they're sub 200, I think buy a little bit, 30% of whatever amount you want to deploy into the regular ETBs, like $200. If there's sub $200, I think it's still a good buy. As we get closer to the $200 mark, less and less of a buy. So I think you got to act quicker on those ETBs. It might feel like FOMOing a little bit, but once we reach that 200 mark, I think it's a little too late for you to invest into the regular ETBs. PC ETBs, don't do it. Not worth it. At least not right now. Let's see how things play out. You've already missed the train. So don't do it on PC ETBs. Ancillary products, booster bundles are the play. Premium poster collection is looking real good with 10 packs and a strong Mega Lucario promo. I don't know about the Mega Gardevoir. I would honestly just go for the Mega Lucario. So that's a good play. Booster bundles, good play. After release, don't get these pre-order prices, please. And I don't really know. There's like the Mega Emboar and Mega Meganium and Mega Feraligatr boxes. I would skip on those. Those promos are straight ass. Kind of like the Mega Venusaur boxes. Those ones I just skip because you have better options like the booster bundles, premium poster collection, even the ETBs, the regular ETBs now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had in terms of investing plays suggestions for Ascended Heroes so far. I just want to say, if you missed out, you missed out. But don't be sad about it. Don't look in the past and remorse about the money you left on the table, because it's not doing you any good. A smart investor always thinks about what you could do now to get exposure to this set, as contrary to what most Timmies do is, oh my god, I'm late on these PC ETBs that have already gone up like 60-something% in price, so I gotta get in now before it's too late. By that point, you are 100% too late, like 99% chance that you are way too late. So think about what you could do now to get exposure to the set, and there are other great products that you could get. There's still plenty of opportunity within this set, and you just need to be smart about it. If you just look at the numbers and try to quantify your reasoning, this all becomes so much easier. And folks, remember to never over leverage yourself in this speculative market. I am honestly scared of how well Ascended Heroes is doing. You know, I have a bunch of products and I'm just like, okay, like how much faster can prices rise? Like, it's Jesus. But in these speculative times, don't over leverage yourself. Don't go into debt. Nothing is worth going into debt for if you have the choice not to, right? What I'm saying here is like emergency medical bills. That's like sometimes you just need to take on debt to take care of that because health is wealth, right? But you don't need Ascended Heroes PC ETBs. You don't need to go into debt for these. So please make smart plays. Also, one thing to note is create your own reasoning for your purchases and plays, and don't blindly listen to YouTubers talking about cardboard investing. Even me, you don't even need to listen to me. I think you should still take into consideration what all these YouTubers and creators have to say that have had like experience investing into seal products or slabs. But you know, I think it's important to not kind of blindly take everything for granted and make that your personal choice, because even me, like my financial situation is way different than every one of you. So what I may suggest in this video might not even apply to you guys. So keep that in mind. You definitely need to do your own research and create that peace of mind before you invest into anything. At least you have conviction in your numbers or in your macroeconomic like skills or like just outlook. At least you have peace of mind. If it doesn't work out, you can at least learn from your mistakes that way, right? Whereas if you just blindly listen to other people, your mistake was blindly listening to other people, which you could have avoided, right? So yeah, do your own research. That's really important. So that's all I had for all of you today. This was PokeAnalyst Ed, y'all. Hope you liked today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.